Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Muy bien, ¿no? No, here no does not mean no. If asked interrogation, muy bien, ¿no? Means very well, isn't it? So, if the no expression is asked with the interrogation, it means isn't it. In the last lesson, you were introduced to the verbs llamarse and ser to introduce yourself. We have learned like you say me llamo and your name, or you say soy and your name. Please refer to the conversation of Ravi, Anand and Kwan. We shall do the profession a little more in detail today in the first part of the lesson. In the second part of the lesson, we shall learn the conjugation of dedicarse and ser. In the last part of the session or the lesson, we shall look at the different expressions to ask about professions. We have learned to introduce ourselves through conversations of Anand, Kwan, isn't it? How do you ask someone their name? You say, ¿Cómo te llamas tú? ¿Cómo te llamas tú? For informal conversation, or ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? For formal conversation. Here is a situation. Mr. Rakesh Sharma is on a visit to Madrid and he knows a little bit of Spanish. Let us look at this conversation at the hotel in Madrid between him and the receptionista, the receptionist. Yes, the receptionist is filling up his details. So, el recepcionista asks, Hola, buenos días, señor. And Mr. Rakesh Sharma says, Buenos días, señor. El recepcionista will ask, Pasaporte, por favor. Por favor is an expression to say please. It is very useful, important expression in any language. Por favor. Por favor. The receptionist is asking the passport of Mr. Sharma. The receptionist is asking the passport of Mr. Sharma, and Mr. Sharma shows him the passport. The receptionist then asks his name. ¿Cómo se llama usted? ¿Cómo se llama usted? Me llamo Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma. He repeats. The receptionist says, Nombre, señor. Rakesh, sí? Mr. Rakesh Sharma says, Sí, señor. El apellido, señor. Apellido is the surname, or Mr. Sharma replies, Sharma. And the receptionist asks him to spell, and then Mr. Sharma spells it, and here shall I read out the conversation for you. Hola, buenos días, señor. Hola, buenos días. Pasaporte, por favor. And Mr. Sharma shows the passport. El señor Rakesh Sharma enseña el pasaporte. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Me llamo Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma. El nombre, señor. Rakesh. ¿Cómo se deletrea? How is it spelled? R A K E S H. ¿Y el apellido, señor? Sharma. ¿Cómo se deletrea? S H A R M A. ¿A qué se dedica usted? Soy director de una compañía. Mucho gusto. Gracias. Bienvenido al Hotel Palacio Real. Bienvenido is welcome. Señor Rakesh Sharma says, thank you, gracias. Hola, buenos días, señor. Hola, buenos días. Pasaporte, por favor. El señor Rakesh Sharma enseña el pasaporte. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Me llamo Rakesh Sharma. Rakesh Sharma. El nombre, señor. Rakesh. ¿Cómo se deletrea? How is it spelled? R-A-K-E-S-H. Y el apellido, señor. Sharma. ¿Cómo se deletrea? S-H-A-R-M-A. ¿A qué se dedica usted? Soy director de una compañía. Mucho gusto. Gracias, señor. Muy bien. Bienvenido al Hotel Palacio Real. Bienvenido is welcome. Gracias. In the conversation that we have just seen, to know that two expressions about name and profession are used in usted form. Since it is a formal conversation, the receptionist uses ¿Cómo se llama usted? To know the name, ¿a qué se dedica usted? To know the profession. Let us now conjugate the verb llamarse. In the last class, we have seen how did we conjugate llamarse. We make conversation and use verb. We need to conjugate the verbs according to first, second, third person, singular and plural pronouns. Yo, tú, usted, él, ella are singular subjects or singular pronoun subjects. Nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ellos, ellas, ustedes are the corresponding first person, second person and third person plural subject pronouns. Unlike in English, where it is necessary to use the subject pronouns with the verbs, in Spanish subject pronouns are often left out. In some specific context, their use is essential, but if they are used always, it reflects an overuse because the Spanish verb forms often make it clear who the subject is. Like in the example, me llamo is only used for yo, the first person pronoun subject. So, when you say me llamo, it is implied that it is for yo. Therefore, you need not again say yo me llamo unless the context demands it. Now, here goes the conjugation of verb llamarse. Llamarse. Me llamo, te llamas, se llama, nos llamamos, os llamáis, se llaman. The question we make are, ¿Cómo te llamas tú? The answer would be, me llamo and the name. ¿Cómo se llama usted? Me llamo and the name. ¿Cómo se llama él? If we are asking about somebody, as in what is his name. ¿Cómo se llama él? Is where you need to specify the subject pronoun, because in the first question, ¿Cómo se llama usted? You are asking what is your name or how do you call yourself, and in the second question, ¿Cómo se llama él? You are referring the question that what his name is or how he calls himself. ¿Cómo se llama ella? If you are asking the name, a girl, as what is her name. Learn the verb as it is, and we shall do about different group of verbs and their conjugation in detail when we do the verbs. With respect to the verb dedicarse, let us just learn how to ask second person formal and informal and third person singular and plural conjugation for now. Te dedicas as in ¿a qué te dedicas tú? Te dedicas as in ¿a qué te dedicas tú? Usted se dedica as in ¿a qué se dedica usted? Él se dedica as in ¿a qué se dedica él? O ella se dedica as in ¿a qué se dedica ella? In the reply to the question asked with the dedicarse, we say yo or soy and the profession. Yo soy and the profession. We shall look at the list of professions that we often come across in the day-to-day life. Profesor, ingeniero, médico, secretario, abogado, alumno, ejecutivo, etc. Profesor is professor, ingeniero is engineer, médico is doctor, secretario is secretary, abogado is lawyer, alumno is student, or ejecutivo is executive. Do you notice that almost all the nouns about the profession ending in O denote the noun is masculine? Remember that by and large the nouns which ends with O are masculine and feminine which ends with A or the letter A in Spanish, and you make the masculine nouns into feminine by replacing O and A. Secretario becomes secretaria, abogado becomes abogada. Abogado is the word lawyer, and for the alumno you have alumna, very right. It is not equivalent to alumnus in the English, which means old students, but just a student. The corresponding plural is alumnos or alumnas if there is a sentence like ¿a qué se dedican ellos? What do they do? Talking about a group of boys and girls. You say ellos son alumnos. They are students. Let us learn the verb ser and its conjugation and how do we use to talk about the professions. The verb ser is to be. In English is very important verb. You use it like to talk about yourself, your profession and later with some adjectives, etc. Here is the conjugation. Yo soy, I am. Tú eres, you are. Usted es, you are formal. Él es, he is. Ella es, she is. Nosotros somos, we are. Vosotros sois, you are. Ustedes son, you are, formal again. Ellos son, they are. Ellas son, they are. Remember, the verb ser is not used as auxiliary verb to say I am doing something or I am working. You will get it clarified better when you learn to use different verbs and their conjugation. Let us now see what we can say with the verb ser. Yo soy Rakesh Sharma. O me llamo Rakesh Sharma. Soy director de una compañía multinacional. You have understood these sentences very well. You can practice it with your own name, profession, and you can also ask other person his information. If someone asks you, ¿Usted es el señor Rakesh Sharma? If you are not that person, you just say, no, no soy, no, I am not. And if you are the person and you say, yo soy, and your name, you just put a no before a verb to negate. Yes, in Spanish, you just say the word no before the verb to negate your statement or put a negative statement. Yo soy ingeniero. I am an engineer. Yo no soy ingeniero. I am not an engineer. Tú eres alumno. You are a student. Tú no eres profesor. You are not a professor. ¿Es usted Ramón? Are you Ramón? No, soy Juan. No, I am John. So the question goes, ¿Es usted Ramón? Are you Ramón? No, soy Juan. No, I am John. You need to pause after no in oral communication to negate and make other sentences, otherwise it causes ambiguity. I would repeat the sentence again. ¿Es usted Ramón? Are you Ramón? No, soy Juan. No, I am John. So you see that you have to pause to make the statement clear. In written expression, you need to put a full stop after no, so that you negate the statement and then make another sentence or statement in the following example. Yo soy Ramón. Or yo no soy Ramón, soy Juan. Yo no soy Ramón, soy Juan. If there is a sentence like, ¿Es usted profesor? Are you a professor? Do you notice the verb and the subject inversion to make questions? Yes, to make interrogative sentences, you inverse the subject and verb, or you do not inverse and the intonation changes with the interrogation. We shall learn about accentuation, interrogation in another lesson. There is another way to ask about profession or what you do. ¿Qué haces? What do you do? Or what are you doing? ¿A qué te dedicas? Is an expression specifically to ask profession, and ¿qué haces? Is an expression used to know what the other person does and also what he is doing in general. ¿Qué haces tú? O ¿qué hace usted? And in reply you say soy and the profession. This is the verb hacer, which means to do, and we shall learn in the next class in detail about this verb hacer. One more way of asking about profession. ¿Cuál es tu profesión? ¿Cuál es tu profesión? Would literally mean which is your profession. Es form the verb ser, which we have learned today. To summarize briefly, today we have learned the verbs dedicarse in detail and have also seen the affirmative, negative and interrogative sentences briefly. Here is the structure. ¿Qué haces? ¿A qué se dedica? ¿O a qué te dedicas? ¿O cuál es tu profesión? And in reply you say soy and the profession. To learn more about different professions, you may look at the glossary. Bye, adios for now, hasta luego, meet you in the next session, ciao.